This is Scott Cullen. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report. It's time for Fridays with Frank, and with me, as he is every Friday, Frank Cannata. How's it going, Frank?
It's going real well, Scott. Nice to see you looking well.
Okay, well, thank you. And this morning, we are going to talk about a topic that you are starting to become a lot more passionate about, and that is inkjet. So why don't you just let it rip and share with our readers what you've been thinking about this technology, which is starting to gain a lot more respect and prominence in the channel and with various manufacturers.
It's certainly, you assessed my feelings correctly. I think if you take a look at the current environment, everybody knows what's going on. Competitiveness is getting tougher and tougher for the dealers. Lower margins, less clicks, the erosion of A3 versus A4, which obviously leads into less revenue, less profit. Dealers have to look for every edge that they can find. I mean, it's that simple. So they can extract the necessary amount of revenue and the necessary amount of profit. Inkjet, I think, affords them one of the tools that they can use, and they should think seriously about using it. And here's how I would go at it. I'm a dealer, and I have contracts, MPS type contracts specifically, coming up for renewal. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to do my evaluation. How many machines do we need with all that's going on with the pandemic? Maybe the workforce has been reduced by 30%, either by being 30% working virtually or 30% no longer working there. Whatever, you have less people needing equipment, so we got to come up with a proposal that makes sense for the client, almost like it's a new install. Price is going to be tough, and the margin is going to be tight. So why not go with a technology that gives you a significant advantage in terms of a lower service cost and a lower copy cost? I think it's as simple as that. So you can go in and bid more aggressively and still come out making a decent profit. Based upon what I've seen, and I think you might concur, you're not going to suffer quality-wise for an MPS type contract. If you're in a graphics environment, that's a different story. But I'm talking about the typical MPS installation in an office. And inkjet does as good a job as you need to get it done. So that's one specific area. Certainly in wide and large format, there is no other great solution. It's inkjet. It's been inkjet. It's going to continue to be inkjet. And it just gets better in terms of graphics quality. Cut sheet, high speed, Kyocera, Ricoh. I'm not sure Canon. I'm not sure about, but certainly Kyocera, Ricoh, and Konica Minolta all have cut sheet inkjet technology, either on the market or ready to go. So it's gone up to the production print space. And again, offers some significant advantages. It's got to have a less of a burden. I remember the first time I was shown a large format printer. And I asked the company, it was one of those typical shows that we all go to. And I said right away, my first question, it's different, it's new. So how quickly can we get techs up to servicing it? And the fellow who was demonstrating looked at me and tried to be kind because he was thinking this guy is stupid. He said, this is inkjet. There's no heat here. There's no fusing technology to worry about. There's none of that. They're just droplets going on paper. So he said, it's not much of a technical burden. He said there are issues on the software side. That's different. But again, here you're going into a space where you're talking about products that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the service burden is not that great. So inkjet is there on the low end and on the high end. Is it for every install? No. I can easily see dealers, particularly in the 40 to 60 page range, which is really the heart and soul of the profitability of any dealership, running with toner and not inkjet. I can see below that, 28 pages down, inkjet or A4. And it's kind of interesting that in our recent collective group, Clark Bug from Lexmark talking, because we asked him a very simple question, what's your opinion or how do you feel with inkjet as a competitor? And his response was very interesting. He said, we did have inkjet at one time. We studied it carefully, and we made the decision that the toner was better. Done. Now, if they can maintain profitability with the toner, then Clark is right. I just can't see how they can get that competitive against a company like Epson. Now, we'll have to see. I mean, no country is just going to stand and company is going to take it on the chin without responding, because they will all have an ability to respond. The question will be, will they think it's worth it or not? And that really all boils down to how dealers will adapt it. And that's just something that we'll have to see as it develops. Certainly you'll have an opportunity. You and CJ are going to Printing United on October 6th. And you can, I'm sure you're walking around the floor, and of course that's all production. You're going to see a ton of inkjet, and you're going to see some new products inkjet as well. And I just think it's a foregone conclusion. But at the end of the day, if you don't buy into it, let's say a dealer says, I don't quite buy into it. I think we should still be toner oriented. There will be applications where clearly inkjet is a better way to go. Don't turn off an opportunity like that simply because you think I've got to have this one supplier and I got to keep using a toner device. Use every tool you have in your bag. You're going to need to do that to make it work.